Today I was inspired to do a video with a different sort of tone. I wanted to take a step back for a moment and explain what our intent was in sharing these videos in the first place. So first I want to just talk briefly about perspective and why it's so important to share these ideas. Basically, our perspectives are going to be guidance for our thoughts. And our thoughts ultimately determine our life, because our thoughts are going to determine our actions and our habits. So my hope is in sharing some of this information, we're starting to alter your perspective so that you can make the ultimate best decisions for yourself and for your family. So after a decade in practice and seeing tens of thousands of patients, I noticed certain patterns. And ultimately, part of the intent in sharing these videos is I want to give you some of the information and knowledge that I've noticed from these patterns. I want to give ultimately tools for an easier life. I want to be able to help you step outside of a broken, sick care system, because nothing changes if nothing changes, right? So how bad is it? So I recently saw a statistic that spoke to the function of the average American, and it said that 95% of all Americans, once they hit 30, 95% of these people, of us, are not going to sprint ever again in their life. 95%. I saw another one that said nearly 70% of all Americans are on at least one prescription drug. So our medical care, our sick care system has been developing and progressing for over 100 years now. And yet people are getting sicker and sicker. So if it was working, we wouldn't see people getting sicker and sicker, and yet quote unquote progression, right? If it was working, we would see improvements. We're one of two countries in the world where we actively advertise prescription drugs, and we're actually the officially the most medicated country in the world. But the ultimate news is this: is not working, and results keep getting worse, because ultimately it's not that the drugs are getting worse; it's that the approach is broken. See, we need to step outside of that way of thinking where we're trying to address and treat health from the outside in with whatever the newest pill is. Because health never comes from the outside in, it comes from the inside out. No drug is going to heal you, and it never does. There's literally zero instances where a drug is healing our bodies. Our body is always healing. The drug is intervening in some way and somehow to manage symptoms as the body does heal. So if we do nothing different, nothing changes, right? And this is exactly why that mindset shift is needed, that perspective shift is needed. This is where we can help. We're providing an adjustment now for the way that we're thinking. But this is also why I need your help. Because we're going to be continually releasing more and more content, but I need you to do your part. We can only make a change with your help. So that means engaging, asking questions. If it helped you, share it. Share these ideas. Share the content. Talk about these ideas with your friends and your family. Be the change that you want to see.